All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this with nobody here. How to play like Jannik Sinner. I want to make sure I look like a bum to weed out all the idiots. Only the real ones are going to get this information. And I apologize because this is live. If you don't like tennis, or you don't want to know about Jannik Sinner, or you don't want to talk about tennis, because that's what this is going to be about. I'm going to get into the only, all right? This is the only way to learn how to play like Jannik Sinner. Period. No arguments. This is not a debate. This is not a conversation. And the one way to learn to play like Jannik Sinner is that you absolutely, at some point, you absolutely have to use your target in the situation that you're in, on the tennis court, in the game, in the match. You absolutely have to use your target to form what you're doing, to form how you hit the ball, whatever. The target and the situation that you're in must dictate what you are doing. You want to call it technique, whatever. I don't care what you call it. Call it technique. The target must, and the situation, the target and the situation you're in, the player you're playing against, conditions, etc., must dictate what you are doing on the tennis court. Absolutely blanket statement. That must be in place in order to play like Jannik Sinner. If you think that having a coach there who's going to tell you, that the coach is going to stand there and tell you how to do that, let's say, like, for example, the coach is going to stand there and tell you how to hit the ball, you're never going to play like Jannik Sinner. Ever. It's never going to happen. Not in a million years. The coach might tell you how to hit the ball when you're 10 or 12, but at some point in the future, you will need to let go of the coach. Baby bird's going to have to leave the nest. You might say, oh, well, Jannik Sinner is a coach. I don't care. I don't give a damn what Jannik Sinner has. If you want to play like Jannik Sinner, at some point, you cannot have a coach telling you how to hit the ball, ever. You have to figure it out on your own. If you think a coach can stand there in those situations, in a match play, and tell you how to hit the ball to get to play like Jannik Sinner, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. You're lost. And go ahead, be lost. There's lots of people that are lost. Go ahead, have fun being lost. I enjoy being lost sometimes, but you're never going to play like Jannik Sinner, ever. Not going to happen. I'm making a video right now. This is going to be a video that I'm probably going to publish on my channel. So it's a lecture. It's a lecture. That means I'm not going to communicate with the commenters. You can comment all you want, but this is a lecture. And the lecture is how to play like Jannik Sinner. Yeah, I know Jannik Sinner's gay. I know. But it doesn't matter. He's #1 in the world. He's got all the attention, and we're going to figure out how to play like Jannik Sinner. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, it starts with this right here. It starts with this. It's going to be hard to see on the screen. It starts with that map. That's your map. You can make up whatever map you want on the tennis court. But this is the map that Jannik Sinner uses. And again, I don't care if Jannik Sinner looks at this and he says, I don't use this. I never seen that in my life. I don't care. This is what he uses. This is what he uses. If you're not into tennis, scroll. Scroll on. We don't give a fuck about you. That's what he uses. You need that map. You need to have these targets in your head. In your head. Learned at a basic level. When I used to coach juniors, they had to memorize that. That had to be memorized. Everyone, this is part of the reason why I can't coach anymore. Because you got kids coming in from other places and they got multiple coaches. They don't want to memorize it. They'll memorize it one day, then they'll forget about it and say, Coach John said this and Coach Jerry said that. Well, we're not going to play like Jannik Sinner. We're never going to get like Jannik Sinner, ever, or even close. We're not even going to get close. We're always going to be average. We're not going to get better. We're not going to get better today. You can tell yourself that all day long. We're going to play. We're going to get better today in practice. You're not. You're not getting better today without that. Without some form of that and you coaching yourself. You have to coach yourself in the game. I know Jannik Sinner's gay, but we got to use him as an example because everyone loves him. Everyone loves him. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Your form, how you hit the ball, how you play, must be designed. It must be designed by the situation you're in and the targets that you're playing to. That's it. It don't matter. It don't matter if he's gay. You need this. If you don't have this, you're not going to play like Jannik Sinner. You must be fast. You must have a certain level of speed. You probably don't need to be as fast as some tennis players. But you need to have some level of this. If you're not born fast, if you're not born with speed, you're never going to play like Jannik Sinner. Forget about it. You might do some version of Jannik Sinner at your level, but you're not going to play exactly like Jannik Sinner. But the main thing I'm gonna just, it's so simple. It's so freaking simple. I'm gonna leave you with. You must play. You must have the targets and the situation in many different situations, many different matches, etc., different players. You must be constantly doing this, constantly using all of that information to form your technique at some level where you will never play even close to Jannik Sinner. That's the magic.